the drama of the story might be that the crane, which is 100 tons,
Yeah, it's
giant crane, was ordered 6 months ago.
right. Only
For this week.
For this week.
That's it. If you don't do it this week, it's 6 months to wait. So you can imagine from our point of view, we've been on tenterhooks for many weeks knowing that these 3 days are non-negotiable because there are only a few of those cranes in the world, and we had a very short window. So high winds, we're done. Thunderstorms, we're done. If we're not ready, we're done. If something were to break, we're done.
Where are we?
We are in Texas Hill Country, a little place called Spicewood, Texas. I'd never been to the Hill Country before. It is not what I expected Texas to be. It's this rolling kind of verdant. I thought it'd be desert, but it's actually, I read up on it, it's subtropical. So it's a lot greener than I expected it to be. There's a lot of water around, and in my business, we look for what I call great scripts, and this was a great script, meaning it's a great piece of land. We had a developer that got it, we had a good piece of land, and we're somewhere in the US that everyone wants to be.
This is an action movie with an action movie budget. Lots of special effects that hopefully you're not aware of.
Now, there's a few highlights along the layout of the golf course. The edges are obviously the biggest highlights, but for us, the most amount of effort that's gone in is probably the double green at 2 and 13. You've got a drivable par 4 back-to-back with a 170-yard par 3 out on a diamond-shaped peninsula with gulches on both sides. It's just big enough for this double green. It's not bigger than that. It's just big enough for that. We've got 280-foot bridges to get to that peninsula. There's no other way in and out of it. So these giant bridges are getting you in and out of that one spot.
So what's happening here?
Setting the pedestrian bridge with a 800-ton crane, all-terrain crane. We're in the process right now of preparing the ground to get it level, to get the crane set up properly. And then once it is set up and level, we'll stack the counterweights on it. We'll lay the boom down and add the extra boom to it. We'll get it in the air and be ready to set this bridge.
Each bridge is 11.5 feet high, 12 feet wide, and 180 feet long. They were both trucked from Alabama in 3 pieces each and then assembled on site.
This particular client, brought us down to a site that they thought had potential and we knew had potential. And then everything that we talked about in order to extract that potential, their eyes just got bigger and bigger, and they got more and more excited about doing it.
There's a lot of work prepared to do something that looks hard, but we do a whole lot of work, spend a lot of hours building the crane just to make one lift, set it, boom it back down and tear it down.
With 30 plus golf courses, I've never had to put in 280-foot single span steel bridges before to get across these giant gulches. Super fun for me and my guys. We're little kids, playing in the dirt. So putting in a big bridge is, every little kid's dream. So that's been fun.
How'd it go?
Went great. Beautiful lift, beautiful day. Everything's set in place. Now we're swing over here and cut the rigging loose and boom the old girl down, get her ready to hit the road.
I think that when we're done, chances are that's where the golfers would be like, oh yeah, this obviously took some effort, but it was worth it. And that would be a spot I would hope members take their guests and say, can you believe they did this?